want to incorporate some diminished into your vocabulary, I'm here to help. My name is Armin. I teach jazz guitar, studied at the Royal College of Music here in Stockholm. And I've learned a few things about jazz improvisation during my years. So let me just teach you this concept that I've been dabbling with. So we're playing over an F blues, right? F7, all right? And what I want you to do, step one, to play some great ass lines over F7 blues, is to learn the half whole diminished scale. And it's funny because I usually say that you shouldn't focus on scales, don't do scales, don't waste your time practicing scales. My only exception is literally to practice diminished scales, because practicing diminished scales is like one of the best things you can do. Like, I'm not gonna lie, because literally you can play diminished scales over every chord. Like, it doesn't matter what chord it is, you can always sneak in some diminish, you know? You can always use it as like a way of pivoting to a different chord. Let me just show you over an F blues. So you start on F, right? And the funny thing is you can play the F diminished over basically the whole progression, like over the whole thing. So we're not gonna complicate it, we're just gonna focus on the F half whole diminished scale here. And how that looks is basically, if you don't know the half whole diminished scale, it's literally just starts in an F, goes a half step. From that half step, you go a whole step. And from that note, you go a half step. And it just repeats, all right? So half step, whole step, half step, whole step, half step, whole step, half step, whole step, and so on. That is this, it's a symmetrical scale, they call it. So how it works is it just works as a way of creating tension. So that's basically why when you should use it is just, you can use it in different situations, right? To create tension. That is usually what you want with a diminished scale, to create that, right? Right. And it's a great way to create tension without having to think a lot about like, oh, what note is that? So just learning the diminished scale, you get a lot of stuff for free, you can call it, without having to just memorize a million different scales or memorize all these different like mixos, flat 2, flat 6, and all those. You can literally just, you can do a lot of stuff with a diminished scale. So basically, I showed you how it worked, but you're not gonna play it like this, right? Like just up like this. It would just be on, you would never use a scale like that. So basically what you gotta do is you gotta learn it. I would recommend it going up like this. All right, so it goes. And it's funny because when you get to the G string, you're not going like that, you're going, right? So you hear that? So that's because it's like, that's how the nature of the guitar is laid out. So if you're doing a diminished scale from the G string, whatever, you go. Imagine you do it from this, because this is actually what you can do over an F7, right? You start on this note and you just go. So it looks like a C minor, right? Could be a C minor, which is also a good thing to think when playing over an F7, a C minor, but right? Right? So there's a lot of great lines that come out of this scale. That's why I think you should really learn this scale, like F half hold, F half hold, right? And so what I would like you to do is just, okay, now we have this scale. So how would it sound like to just play the over a blues, just using some of these notes, like not thinking so much, just using like the scale, right? Right? I'd like you to do is just look at the first few things. Right, learn it up until this point. So you go one, half, whole, half, whole, half, whole, right? And just play over a blues, just feel those notes, okay? All right? So let me just play over a blues and just use the notes of the diminished and not make a big thing out of it. Just feel the notes, okay? Here we go. Now I'm just gonna use the notes from the diminished over this backing track. As you could hear, it sounded pretty good. Like, and I was just playing with some of these notes, right? So literally what I want you to do is to literally just start using this in your vocabulary. Use this scale and use it all over the neck, which is what we're going to talk about now, okay? So what I want you to do after you've kind of felt the notes, right? You felt up until maybe there, like this far. You felt it over the blues. Now what you're gonna do is you're gonna practice this scale going up like this. All right, you made it up here, and now you go back. Now imagine getting that in a fast tempo. Like, it really sounds good. Like, it's a really cool thing to have over a blues. And not only is it a cool thing, it's a really cool thing if you want to pivot. Like, imagine I want to pivot from here to here. From here to here. I would go, right? So I pivoted from this F7 to this B flat 7. Oh yeah, forgot to say, if you need a PDF on minor formations, by the way, I have a free PDF and a free community down below. You can check that out if you're interested in that. So we just pivoted, right? So it's just a way of pivoting, right? So you get all this, and once you learn this, you realize you can play this over any chord, right? It's kind of a side tangent here, but like, you can literally play this over any chord, like any chord you desire. Like, just think about any chord, like an A major. Just start on the major 7. Right? It's all about the landing. You're using it as a tension. So the diminish is always going to be like a way of just using tension, a way of just kind of just you're using it and then you're landing somewhere. But without the landing, it will sound pretty dull. It's also a thing when you learn this scale, you will realize there are a lot of diminished phrases inside of it too. They're hiding there. You know what I'm saying? So just learn this, learn it in like. The funny thing is, like, you see how you're going up this half whole diminished scale from the F, but what you see is like, okay, now you can play from here. Since it's symmetrical, you can play it from everywhere on the guitar, right? You can play from here, you can play. So it's like, it's an amazing freedom to have under your fingers to play the diminished scale. So start using that in your arsenal. And if you need expert help, you need like a full-length course on this. I've made a course called Improvisation Made Simple that's helped hundreds of players transform their playing forever. And you can check that out in the description below. So basically it works over anything, right? Another thing I like to do is like look at when you start a minor scale, you go like this, right? Now you can just go, keep going with the diminished, right? So it's just a way of like, I use this to pivot all the time and it's kind of my secret thing. It works really good. I use it so much when I play. It's because I feel so free. Like right? Who says that doesn't work, right? It's just a way for you to get improvisation knowledge, right? To do stuff and to hear like random stuff sometimes. Sometimes we just want to play something random and then you got this scale. It helps you kind of, oh, I don't know what to do. Let me just try this scale. All right. So that's kind of what the diminished scale is. It's just this, it gives you the possibility to be more intuitive and to create fun stuff. So start using diminished scale and see you.